Hey, Arnel Pineda here, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
Congratulations with the re-release of your single this
No,
Christmas. Um,
thank you so much. Well, I just thought it's very appropriate and meaningful right now to re-release it because of what's been happening in our country, of course, the rest of the world. So I hope the other countries too will be able to pick this up because for me I guess these the message of the song is is very universal. It's
mhm.
not only for for my fellow men and for the kids out there was questioning that if Santa's really coming this Christmas, if he's gonna be able to to save them and set them free from from this hopelessness and sickness.
It's amazing that you kind of help lift up these spirits, just because aside from everything
I'm
that's going on around the world, the Philippines was hit hard three different
Yeah,
times this year. With so, you know,
yeah.
what has that been like? Being the fact that you've been there throughout this whole time.
Well, it's of course it's saddening. It's what it's kind of really a very very down feeling. It's like it's a you feel for your fellow man. I mean it's like the whole Philippines is like it's my family, and then they get hurt like that. They lose their homes. They lose their loved ones because of the they drown because of the they get drowned. It's and they lose their job. It's like right now it's like almost 30 million people here like are jobless because of the because of
Yeah.
what happened, and then and um and to top it all, and I mean the prices of the food is even higher when already the rest of the population here doesn't even know, like doesn't even know where to find the money
Wow.
just to eat every day, and then just and then the prices of the food is like just unbelievable, unbelievably expensive, getting more expensive. And so, you know, uh, once in a while, I rant on Facebook, and then telling, asking the government to talk to the top businessman, the merchandisers, and the middleman, to go
Yeah.
easy in the prices of the food, because I mean, the majority of the population is like, they're starving because they can't afford the food anymore. I mean,
Right.
we don't want that. I mean, it's and, I mean, at the end of the day, they still pay their tax. If you know what I mean. I mean, so I think I'm not trying to sound like political here, but I mean, the government really should help.
That's very true, and it's good that you kind of talk about it that way, because growing up with around so many Filipinos, a lot of the titas and the titos, like their number one thing is to always send money back to the motherland to help their families. And
Yeah,
that's something that you've been doing with your career with the
yeah,
Arnel Pineda Foundation. So
yeah.
you this year you celebrated 10 years, which congratulations. But tell me, what has been one of like the most proudest accomplishments that you've kind of had with this foundation?
10 years with the band? No, I'm 13
No,
years
no,
now with the
no,
band.
with the
Oh,
foundation.
the foundation tennis, yes. Oh my God. Right. Sir. With the foundation 10 years, I think the greatest accomplishment right now that we have achieved is being able to sustain the 34 scholars that we have now, and then I think we're on our way to to add a few more next year, and we were able to achieve that because we have loyal and faithful donors that that keeps sharing their blessings to us, on a regular basis. And I'm not gonna mention all of their names. They know who they are, and I will always. I mean, on behalf of my volunteers and staff, and the people who was helping me to to mobilize this, this advocacy that we have in our foundation. uh, I'm just truly grateful and thankful for all of their helps and sacrifices, you know.
And it's amazing because whenever your name gets mentioned around a Filipino community, the first thing I hear is the foundation, and then the second thing I hear is, obviously you're singing with Journey. So it's
Yeah.
kind of cool that your foundation
And
has
then
grown so much. What's
but
the
you know
next
what's
one?
the next one? The next
Which one?
Whoa, that's what they're gonna do. Whoa. You know how Pinoy are, right?
Yes,
Whoa.
yes, yes.
You know. Every time they see me, it's like, hey, faithfully, like, uh, can you call me Arnel first? Then
Yeah, exactly. Buy me dinner first.
yeah.
But that's amazing because it's like you're such a proud. I mean, your kababayan are so proud of you, and you're such a big deal to the community. So
and
congratulations with that.
I'm very happy to represent them. The Philippines, the Filipino.
Yeah.
That's why it's Neil's been inviting me to, and Jonathan, they've been asking me to to move to America, and
Wow.
I haven't said yet. I said yes yet, because for me this is still home, and I just want to inspire the people here that I am a Filipino, and look at me. You know what? These four guys, these iconic band, they embraced me. So I mean, it's not even about my looks. I mean, I'm just a regular guy. If you mix me with with the good looking guys, I look like their driver, or like a an assistant. So I'm just a regular guy, yeah, that you'll see every day, and out there on the road, doing the 9 to 5 job. But it's just unbelievable that I'm top. I'm up there on stage performing with them, and then that makes me feel a little handsome sometimes. It's like, oh my God, I'm quite handsome right now, right? But then as I get off the stage, I face the reality. Oh, you know, so, but it's so, well, to sum it up, I'm really, really proud that, I represent the Philippines. I'm putting a mark for them. I'm taking them along with me, wherever I go.
Yeah.
I raise our flag up there, with you know, and then the guys doesn't mind me,
That's
waving
amazing.
my Philippine flag up there on stage, and then I mixed it with the American flag, and then that even makes makes the people, scream a lot, really loud, and so it's just it's just amazing. So I, I'm I, I'm sure the boys are missing it already, and so am I. So, and the fans are, they've been asking already. They can't wait for us to go out there on the road. So it's gonna be soon. So let's hope for the better to come out, right?
That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Now, before we actually jump into new stuff with the band, you recently did a cover with one of my favorite singers of one of my favorite bands, Taka from 1OK Rock.
Taka, sir. Yeah, he's a
So,
friend. He has
how
a
did
house
you?
there in LA. Do
Yeah,
you
I
know that
know.
he has a house there in LA? We almost had like a we almost had I almost went to his house, one time, to just be there, to have a few drinks and some talk. What a very nice guy. He's very nice. He's very passionate. My God, with what he does with his band,
Yeah,
I, unbelievable. He's very humble. I mean, I saw him a lot, and I mean a couple of times in Japan. His show
mm,
really huge. I mean, they've got really huge following.
yeah, they did.
Oh my God. Oh my
They,
God. I watched them at what's that? The Japan Dome. Was that?
oh yeah.
Oh my God, unbelievable.
Did you watch him with the
It's just
orchestra?
not yet, but it was a goosebump watching them in the dome, and then their own fellow man, like screaming like crazy for them. It's like, my God. It's like for a while there's like, man, I'm so jealous of you, if you know what I mean, because for 20 years before Neil found me on YouTube. I've been trying that here in the Philippines, but
Right.
never happened to be a local regional band, a regional singer. I wasn't that successful. I mean, until Journey came, into my life. That's
That's crazy. But how,
yeah.
how did you and Taka get to meet, and what was it about this
We met
collaboration
through
that you guys did it?
we met through a friend. Her name is Yumiko Hara. Yeah, yeah. She's such a really nice lady. Yumiko Hara, if you're listening right now, if you're watching this now, thank you so much, because she was the reason why it happened. Because she knows the manager of One OK Rock, so she approached him and asked Taka son if she would like to do this collaboration. I mean, to just give a big tribute to Journey's legacy, because he's a big Journey fan. He watches, I think somewhere, he went to New York to watch us. Yeah, so I was there. It was I love how our voices, like was in contrast there. So
Yeah,
right,
definitely loved
right.
how you
Yeah,
guys
yeah, yeah.
collaborated on that.
Yeah, yeah. He was a great collaboration, and then and then Yumiko-san, she asked me if I'd like to collaborate more with him, and then you just ask him if he wants to collaborate this time with their own song. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
willing to sing their song with him.
I mean,
So
they're working on
I
a
hope it
10th album,
happens.
so maybe.
I hope it happens. They're really
I
they're working
believe
on the
so.
10th
Well,
album.
I don't know if
Oh
they're
wow!
like working on it right now, but
All right.
they've released 9
No
albums
wonder.
already.
No wonder they're silent.
Yeah,
They're like,
exactly. When they're
yeah,
silent, you know something's coming.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's like a bomb that's gonna explode. In time. Yeah, they're a ticking bomb now. Tick,
Yeah,
tick,
seriously.
tick, right.
So
Yeah, I love
hopefully you
them.
guys
I
can
love them.
collaborate.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, I love their energy when they perform.
Oh yeah.
My God, it's just like it reminds me of myself. It's like I'm really crazy on stage too. It's like when I get, I mean, when I get really like, get inspired with the response of the people, I get really crazy. But Taka is like, oh my God, he was like, I also remember my youth, when I was his age. I don't know how old is he now. He was like is he in
I'm
his
not sure to
30s,
be. I think so. I
early
think
30s,
so. But
right?
he just looks so
So young.
young, regardless.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Oh my God, yeah. Well, he's got a lot of things to do. He's got great things ahead of him.
Yeah,
These guys,
they
they're
do, and I'm
amazing.
super excited for
They're
them. Yeah.
amazing, and they really produce amazing songs.
Hmm.
That's one thing about them. They're so talented.
Right. No, they really are.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
as far as like producing really awesome songs, you and Journey are working on album number 15 already.
I think so. Yeah, because it's
So
been a while.
yeah.
It's been the last one was 2011. So now I guess it's about time to I mean, Neil is on fire. Jonathan is on fire. Narada is on fire. Randy is ready. He's ready to go. So they're crazy. They're crazy on. They're crazy passionate right now. So I have no choice but to face that music. So
I
I
mean,
gotta
what is
deal
the
with
process
that.
for you?
Just imagine the pressure that I'm on, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
That's it. Yes, yeah, you got to keep up with those guys. I mean, Rad is a Grammy award-winning drummer,
Yeah.
producer, and Randy Jackson. He's all over the place. American Idol, and then he's been, he's played with Steve Perry. Back in the '80s. Race on Radio tour. And the album Race on Radio. And one of my favorite songs is on that album. Why can't this night go on forever? So ah, if you know what I mean. And I meet all these musicians, and then they I sing with them. I am with them on stage. I mean, how how per,
You get starstruck.
how perfect could that be, right?
Yeah, seriously.
I
Now,
know.
now the fact that
And
Randy's
then
back in the bit, and then
yeah,
what? I'm
and
sorry.
before that, I mean, before that, the Escape, the Escape album
Hmm.
artist and the Frontiers album artist, right? Steve Smith, Ross Valerie, and Jonathan Cannon. I was with them, for
Jeez.
4 years, and oh my God, it's just. I hope, I hope one day Mr. Steve Perry will decide to, to do one or two songs with the band, and oh my God, that would be like a full circle
That
for them,
that would be
and
amazing.
a dream come true for me.
That would be amazing. I got to meet him once. I did a quick interview with him a few years ago, and he was such a nice, like passionate kind of guy. So
Yeah,
that would
my
be
God,
awesome.
that's the voice. That's in the undeniably the voice, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. Exactly.
yeah,
Now,
and
the
I
fact
waited
that
35 years. I waited 35 years to meet him, and it happened.
finally,
Thank God it happened in New York, right? Barclay Center.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing. Well, got to bring him back on a tour, on a show, so he can kind of sing along
I
with
know.
you.
Yeah, I know.
So the fact that Randy Jackson is back with the band, um, do you guys think, or will you guys be seeing Randy Jackson also fill in as producer, or do you think Kevin Shirley's going to come back as producer for this album?
I am not sure right now. Uh,
Hmm.
I think who's producing right now is like the four of them.
Oh wow.
It's the four of them like collaborating and producing the album, And May is like, it's the Arnel, learn this and sing it, and then just suggesting. It's kind of tough, with because I'm not with them. I want to contribute, but I'm trying to. I've actually submitted a couple of songs, and I don't know if they already have listened to it. So let's see what happens if they will include it in the album.
And with your experience previously with the last two albums, what was that studio chemistry like when you were in the studio with them?
It's better, of course. It's better because that's when the real magic happens.
Mm.
It's like it's that spur of the moment like idea, and then one guy will like said, "Oh yeah, that's good." And can I do this? Yeah, and then Arnell, how about you go this way? And then how about then the drummer that okay, can I play this way? And then I think it sounds better this like that. The groove is better when it's like that. The five
Mhm.
of you collaborating. It's like it's like a bull session. And then
Yeah.
it's I think it's the best thing. It's look at the Beatles. That's what they did, right?
Yeah.
When they quit touring, they just went to the studio and produced album after album. So then, oh my God, look at these songs that they have, right? That they have produced. It's like they were relentless.
That's very true, and it's kind of cool seeing the guys. They're especially Neil posting how he's like in the studio recording and just playing with the guitar all the
Yeah.
time. Like, how does that kind of inspire you, even though you are in the Philippines and they're in the States?
With his passion and desire and his fire. So I mean, when he's like texting me, and then I get really I get really hyped up, and because dude, we got 3 songs now, and you gotta hear it, and it's go, oh man, I can't wait, so you like that those exchanges of conversation, and he was like he's really sounding like very positive, and and then you can tell that he's so happy with the songs that they have done, him and Narada and Jonathan, and Randy. So here I am, and then I listen to them, and then yeah, okay, let's do it.
As far as your vocal range, how do you go about that when they send you the songs, the music? How do you figure out, what kind of ranges you're going to be hitting and where?
They already know. Like it's like I just have to I just have to prepare myself. I just have to make sure that I'm in a very good condition. Like right now, I have next week we're going to have a recording session, so I'm gonna try to be ready. And, I'm gonna prepare myself. Those vocalization and all, and I got to make sure I'm not sick. I don't have like phlegm or something, because sometimes it's I mean, as much as phlegm protects your throat, but when it's too much, it's kind of a hindrance when you try to sing, then hit the note, that you needed to hit. So
Right. And with the last two albums that you were a part of, like what would you say was one of the most challenging things for you to do in the studio?
You know, uh, you try to catch the soul of still of Steve Perry when you're singing those songs. You know that that you wanted to be you in that album, but you have to be able to capture that soul and
Mm,
relay it with that with that song that they have did, because the fans are expecting it has to be Journey. You know, they got used to that sound, but I don't know. I'm not sure now, because I'm just trying to be me now. You know, like I just
mhm.
sing it like the way I want to sing it, because I like to assume that I've already captured the soul. I just want to be me with my voice, and then just want to be to relax and be able to share my own passion, but at the same time still send the soul of Steve Perry out there. And and so far the guys are not complaining about my sound, and then I'm just kind of anxious now what the what the fans would say as soon as they hear the this new album, as soon as it's out there. So it's
Do
kind of like yeah, it's the anxiety that's gonna kill me now.
do you feel like Journey's going a new direction, a different style of sound now that you've kind of been
They're
comfortable with these
trying,
last two records?
they're trying, but at the same time they're trying to like stay somehow in the in the tradition, the in the legacy. It's like it's a 50-50 thing, I mean, it would be kind of boring if you keep on staying on the same, on the same path. Of course, we people are, we get bored, and we try to do something else, right? See if it works, and then if it works, and then hey, let's do it more, and then when it's starting to like to get sour again, and then maybe we should get back to to the old style, and let's just put a little twist, and maybe the fans will like it again. It's like it's a relationship. It's like it's like a marriage, right?
Mm,
When your partner is not like when you're trying to change your style, how to love him or her, and then he or she's not liking it, then when and then if you know that you s- you love him so much, or you love her so much, of course you're gonna change, right?
right.
And then you're gonna try to figure out what would bring him or her back to you, right? It's like that. It's so
That's I mean I've this is the first time I've heard it put the way that you just put it. So
now I know,
that's a
right?
different
It's
perspective.
it's how, but it's how it is, right?
Yeah,
It's because I mean, without the fans, there's no band.
that's true.
I mean, without the fans listening to the band, who's gonna? It's just gonna be the five of you for the next 20 years, right? No, you can't do it. No one's gonna survive. So I mean, it's it could be the band is the husband, and the crowd is the wife are the wife. So I mean, it's or the crowd is the husband are the husbands, and the band is the wife. So
Yeah,
you gotta please each other. You gotta figure it out. But
yeah.
then but then the pressure is like it's more somehow in the band, you know, because
Mm,
the fans is just there, and then they could change their mind like that, and could turn into another band, and and then also there are hardcore fans that you can really call, whatever you do, you still sound so good for that to them, no
right.
matter. Yeah, I mean, and then to the other fans, they would say, oh, they suck now, but then to the hardcore fans, no, they just trying to experiment. They still sounded so good. I still love what they did with this album, and something like
Yeah.
that.
So it's nerve-wracking for sure for you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's trying to be you, and then sending still, trying to sound, trying to keep still the legacy, and then the
Yeah.
soul of, you know, the voice there. It's just it's 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 a lot of pressure. But you know what? I've gotten used to it. You just,
Yeah.
you just have to, to stay prepared, all the time.
And the fact that
Because
you
if you're
mentioned,
not,
yeah,
I know, because if you're not, you're just gonna mess it up, and
that's,
it's on your disadvantage, and I mean it's on my disadvantage.
yeah, that's true. Now, the fact
Yeah.
that you mentioned that you sent 3 songs that you wrote, how comfortable do you feel now writing with the band or writing for the band?
Not yet, of course. I mean, oh my God, Jonathan Cain is. I mean, the songs that he's written. How do you compete with that, right? So I'm just trying to be a contributor, no, not to like, not to compete. But if they like it, then thank you. But if they don't, I understand, because they know what's really good for Journey. You know, they know, because they've been doing it for, before me, like for, oh my God, for how many, since 1973, and then Jonathan like was like 1979 or 1980, like with them, right? So it's been a while with them. So I
Yeah,
mean, they already know the formula that, that would work for the band. So I'm just the one that, that's trying if this new formula that, I came up with, that I think would also fit with, fit with the band, is, would, and they would say yes, and if not, it's okay.
yeah. Now, the fact that before you were discovered by Journey, by Neil, how did your experience with Hijos kind of prepare you for this like touring and for this professionalism as a band?
As a singer back then, I was a singer back then. It was tough. I was like, I'm the kind of singer, I'm a natural singer. I just sing. I don't vocalize. I don't, if you know what I mean. When my voice is in a great mood, I could sing really, really high. And then when I'm not in a great mood, I'm gonna tell them I'm not doing well right now. Can I sing, those low notes song. So I'm like that. So it was a trial and error for me. And then there are really a lot of nights that, by the end of the night, it was like I'm so sore, and like, I don't think I could sing again the next day. But now with the band, because Jonathan in the beginning, like the year 2007, when we were recording the Revelation album, he suggested that, I should see a vocal teacher, and then another English teacher, so that I could better enunciate the, and those critical words that's needed to be, really needed to be heard the way it's needed to be heard, like the P to F, the fa, those those things, and then, the handling of the vocals. So,
So
and
you,
well, he explained to that, these gigs that you're gonna do with us, it's not a 100-meter, sprint. It's a marathon. So you need to preserve your voice. You need to use it effectively, but at the same time, you get to last until the end of the show, like that. So that's what I really learned from them. Back then, it was like, that's why I keep losing my voice back then. I was like, um, it was a struggle. But I mean, I'm young. I was like, I just do it, and then I can do it. Like, even though I'm having a hard time sometimes, and then I could still hit it. But now, it's, I'm as you grow older, it's it's tougher. So you need a technique to, to keep it, to
yeah,
keep the high notes, or
it's
keep hitting the high notes.
yeah. You had to relearn, and that's incredible that they
Yeah,
brought it to you.
yeah,
They offered that to you.
yeah.
Um, that's amazing.
And
I mean,
what's amazing,
hmm,
when I met these vocal teachers and they were telling me already these techniques, and then it reminded me what I was doing back then when I was young. That was the technique that I was doing. I just forgot it. And now I remember it. Ain't that something, right? You know,
Wow.
those, because when you know, people are asking, how do you do it? How do you hit that high notes back then? I just do it. And then you remember when the vocal teacher was explaining it to you how to do it, and then now you remember, oh my God, when I was a kid, that's what I was doing, you know. So now that's the technique that I am trying to improve until now. It's like it's
Yeah.
a never ending, you know, study for me, you know. I keep studying it. I keep trying to do it because I need to be as effective as possible and hit the note without hurting myself, you know.
Yeah.
Because back then I do it, I was more of a screamer, and I hit the note, but then the next day it's like, oh my
No
God, what
voice.
happened? You know,
Well, you
you
got
know,
to
but
take
now
care of
it's
it
like,
because we need to keep hearing you.
oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well, Arnel, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. It's something I've been
It's been a
trying
pleasure.
to.
You've been so patient, and I'm really sorry, but sometimes I'm stuttering, you know, because it's such, I'm still adjusting, you know. It's just hard, you know. When I'm here in the Philippines, you know, it's more Tagalog than English, you know, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And then suddenly, like, I got to talk to you, and then oh my God, yes, you know, it's like I'm a deer on you know, on a headlight. Like, oh,
On the
okay,
headline.
what am I gonna do now, you know?
Well, maybe next time I'll get to be better with Tagalog, and then I'll talk to you in
No, no, you
Tagalog.
don't need to. I need to do this, you know. I gotta learn. Otherwise, Neil's like, what happened to you? You know, you know, and
You
then
went backwards.
me and Josh, yeah, what happened? What happened to your accent? You know, like, because it's got, I gotta do better in the singing. You know, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, you know, so
that's
I
amazing.
need
Well,
this.
well,
So
keep
thank you.
keep